She has been diagnosed with breast cancer. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, famous for her roles on Seinfeld and Veep, just revealed that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. The 56-year-old actress is an 11-time Emmy Award winner who has also appeared on Saturday Night Live and The New Adventures of Old Christine. In fact, just last week, Julia became the performer with the most Emmy Awards for the same role in a single series. It was announced earlier this year that the 7th season of Veep, which will premiere in 2018, will be the last season of the show. Now, people are wondering whether the lead actress' health had anything to do with the show ending. Julia took to Twitter on September 28, 2017, to share her diagnosis. She wrote, "Just when you thought," and shared an image that read, "1 in 8 women get breast cancer. Today, I'm the one. The good news is that I have the most glorious group of supportive and caring family and friends, and fantastic insurance through my union. The bad news is that not all women are so lucky, so let's fight all cancers and make universal health care a reality." Although any cancer diagnosis can be devastating, Julia will definitely fight the illness and seek the best care possible to help her through this trying time. If you love Julia Louis-Dreyfus, please share this story to show your support and raise awareness about breast cancer. Footage provided by DAF. Thumbnail photos, Wikimedia, David Shankbone / Twitter, @officialjld. Here's the scariest bridge in the United States and it's leaving motorists with panic attacks. Some people aren't fond of spiders, others have a problem with needles, and for a lot of people, it's heights. For those people, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge is something they wish they could avoid. This bridge reaches nearly 200 feet high at its tallest point and spans more than 4 miles in length. This isn't your usual bridge from an engineering and architecture standpoint, either. Top News explains why the Chesapeake Bay Bridge was such a wonder when it was created and why it remains to be today. It said, in 1947, the General Assembly, under the leadership of Governor Lane, passed legislation to begin bridge construction. According to Top News, construction on the bridge began in 1949 and opened to traffic on July 30, 1952. The construction cost was $45 million and at that time, it was the longest continuous overwater steel structure and third longest bridge in the world. The Bay Bridge stands 186 feet high at its highest point, high enough to accommodate ocean-going vessels and ships, and to give passengers a bird's-eye view of some beautiful scenery. This means a massive ship can pass under the bridge while you're driving over it. If that doesn't give you the chills, you're braver than most. Many motorists traverse the bridge daily. It connects the state's rural Eastern Shore region with the urban Western Shore. Not surprisingly, there are people who must rely on a special service to drive them across the bridge every day to and from work. They have an intense fear of bridges that has only been heightened by this particular bridge. A psychologist rode along with some individuals who couldn't tolerate the ride. Inside Edition joined in and recorded their panicky ride across this big bridge. Some said it doesn't help that the weather can change at a moment's notice and make the ride scary. Waves can lap up against the bridge and make it a harrowing ride. Would you ever cross the Chesapeake Bay Bridge? Is it the height or length spanning the water that bothers you most? Take a peek at this sky-high bridge for yourself in the video below. Steven Tyler's health issues force Aerosmith to cancel their tour. Since they made their debut in 1970, Aerosmith, consisting of lead singer Steven Tyler, lead guitarist Joe Perry, bassist Tom Hamilton, drummer Joey Kramer and rhythm guitarist Brad Whitford, has been a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. The statement, which was posted on Twitter, simply read that Tyler is ill due to unexpected medical issues. However, he is expected to make a full recovery once he receives proper rest and treatment. This isn't the first time that Tyler has struggled with his health. In 2006, he revealed that he had been suffering from hepatitis C, and had to undergo extensive treatment that lasted for 3 years, including 11 months of interferon treatment which he said was agony. That same year, the rock star had to cancel tour dates after he woke up one morning and lost his voice. He underwent surgery to fix the ruptured blood cell in his throat. A few years late, in 2011, the Aerosmith frontman and American Idol judge had a nasty fall in the shower after experiencing some dizziness and stomach pain. Tyler did not disclose what the cause of his illness is this time around, but he released his own statement to reassure fans that he is not in a life-threatening condition, and apologize for letting them down. "I need to deal with this right away, and get some rest and medical care immediately in order to sustain and maintain my future performances. I promise I'll be back. Unfortunately, health does not wait, and it's something even I can't schedule around our shows. As they say, we humans make plans, and God laughs. I love you all and will be back with you soon," wrote Tyler. The band is the best-selling American hard rock band of all time, and have embarked on countless of tours to entertain their biggest fans. Decades later, Aerosmith is still touring, but it isn't without interruption. Gone are the days of performing for multiple days in a row without consequences on their health. In 2016, Perry collapsed on stage at a concert, and it was later revealed that a cardiac arrest may have been the cause of it. Now, a little over a year since the guitarist's scare, the band has been forced to cancel dates on their farewell tour due to Tyler's illness. In a statement released by the band, they announced that at least 4 of their scheduled shows in South America have been cancelled so the lead singer can seek immediate care. "We are glad that Tyler is expecting to return to the stage soon. Wishing him a speedy recovery." Dog the Bounty Hunter star Beth Chapman undergoes serious cancer surgery. Beth Chapman, the tough-as-nails wife and partner of TV's Dog the Bounty Hunter, had serious cancer surgery this week. Beth and Dog. Beth came to fame as one of the stars of A&E's Dog the Bounty Hunter, alongside her husband Dwayne "Dog" Chapman. The couple ran Dakin bail bonds, and the show followed their manhunts through the streets of Hawaii. But Dog and Beth's relationship was also a big part of the show. Beth, who met Dog when he bailed her out in her younger days, became a fan favorite for her no-nonsense personality and because of the couple's very sweet relationship. She always had wise words of support for the criminals she arrested, helping them to get their lives back on track. But now Beth is the one who needs some support. We shared the news of her heartbreaking diagnosis just a few weeks ago, when she penned a letter to her close friends and family revealing that a nagging cough turned out to be a tumor in her throat. "As most of you know," she begins, "I've spent a lifetime facing tests and challenges I didn't see coming and certainly never expected." When she announced her diagnosis, Beth explained that she would need surgery to remove the tumor, and that she would have a better idea of her prognosis after it was taken out. But no one expected that just 2 weeks after announcing her condition, Beth would be admitted to the hospital again for a very serious surgery. The Blast reports that Chapman needed a 12-hour surgery to remove a plum-sized tumor from her throat. Chapman is recovering from the procedure in Los Angeles, which has only made matters worse. The Chapman family's dog, Delilah, has passed away in Hawaii, and the reality star is still not medically cleared to travel back to the state. "My very precious baby died. She just waited and waited but mommy never came," Chapman reportedly messaged her close friends and family. Sick with grief from the loss of my fur baby Delilah. You were a good old road dog girl, ill love and miss you forever. Hopefully doctors will have some good news for Beth very soon. Share this story if you love Dog the Bounty Hunter. H/T, The Blast. Jane Fonda loses her cool at NBC host Megyn Kelly. About a day after Will and Grace star Deborah Messing expressed her regret for appearing on Megyn Kelly's new NBC daytime show, the host is back in the hot seat. Kelly had the iconic Jane Fonda and Robert Redford on Wednesday's episode of NBC's Today Show, and some parts of the interview did not go as smooth as she had planned. Fonda and Redford went on the show to promote their new movie Our Souls at Night, but at one point Kelly deviated from the main topic of conversation to ask Fonda a question that she has previously stated she's uncomfortable answering. The Oscar-winning actress was clearly unimpressed by Kelly's probing and things got very awkward. After girl is hit by 105-mile-per-hour foul ball, public urges MLB to make its stadium safer. Baseball is a traditional, all-American sport, but even though the game is rooted in our history, it appears the rules may require some modernization. A little girl was hospitalized as a result of being hit in the face by a line drive foul ball that entered the stands during a New York Yankees game against the Minnesota Twins on September 20, 2017. The ball was hit by Todd Frazier, a Yankees baseman, and is reported to have been going 105 miles per hour. As it made its way to the stands, players and spectators were horrified. CBS Pittsburgh describes the scene, saying, "A shaken Frazier crouched with his hands over his face. The Yankees' third baseman then bowed his head, walked away from the plate, crouched again and rested his head on the end of his bat." You can see their reactions for yourself in the video below. Little girl hit by a line drive at Yankees game. Todd Frazier looked really shaken up by the incident. Scary moments. Frazier seems to feel incredibly guilty for being the one to have hit the ball. With tears in his eyes, he tells CBS Pittsburgh, "I know the dad or whoever it was that was with them was trying their hardest to protect the girl, but the ball's coming at 120 miles an hour at them. So it's like if you've never seen a ball like that, which most people in the world haven't, it's very tough. I thought of my kids. I have 2 kids under 3 years old, and I just hope she's all right." Frazier, not being able to get the event off his mind, even took to Twitter, writing, "I'll be thinking about her every day and her family. Please keep this beautiful girl in your prayers tonight." Luckily, 2 days later, on September 22, the little girl's father updated the media, saying that she had been in and out of the hospital for the past 2 days. "She's stable," he said. "It's going to be a long process." The little girl's injuries have urged people to demand the Major Baseball League enforce extended protective netting for the stands. Although extended protective netting was recommended by the Major Baseball League 2 years ago, it has essentially been up to each individual stadium to comply. Attorney Jack Herskowitz tells CBS Pittsburgh, "There are more fans injured in the stands than there are batters hit in the batter's box in a given year." New York City Councilman Raphael L. Espinal Jr. actually proposed extended netting legislation in May, however the hearing is scheduled for October 25, 2017. Espinal says, "No one should ever go to a baseball game and leave severely injured. Nor should any player have to feel the guilt associated with injuring a fan, especially when that injury could have been prevented by safety nets. Please share this with your friends and family." Stranger drops note in her lap. She takes one look at it and immediately starts faking a seizure. A woman named Julie Draglan was recently traveling on a commuter train in San Francisco when she suddenly realized her life was in danger. Julie received a threatening note from a stranger demanding that she turn over her phone and wallet. As she read the words, she became more and more disturbed. Julie was sitting by herself when an unidentified female behind her handed her the note. Video surveillance revealed that the robber had long, strawberry blonde hair and appeared to be in her 30s. The note was very ominous. It read, "If you want to live, hand back your wallet plus phone now plus do not turn around and be discreet. Do not turn around until after you have left Civic Center, plus you will live. Julie did not turn around when she received the note. She tried silently to get the attention of a fellow passenger, but it didn't work. Instead, Julie decided to create a scene. She told CBS SF Bay Area that she faked a seizure and acted as though she was passing out. I slumped over to the left and started shaking. And people started to notice. And they were like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" The unidentified robber got off the train during the commotion, and although Julie was unable to get a good look at her, she noticed that she was a white woman carrying a suitcase. At first, Julie was terrified. But then she had the chance to look back at the situation and calmed herself down. She explained. "Is somebody really going to shoot somebody for a phone and a wallet?" I started to question it a little bit, but I was still really scared. Despite the harrowing ordeal, Julie doesn't want to file charges if the suspect is found. Since she wasn't actually robbed, Julie doesn't think it's necessary. Neither the authorities nor Julie saw anyone with any weapons on the train. So, how did Julie come up with the idea to fake a seizure? She told the San Francisco Chronicle. "I think it had something to do with watching a lot of Law and Order. I think I saw that in an episode. I was very impressed with myself." Watch more on this incredible news story in the video below. These are the top 10 baby names of the 1960s. Did yours make the cut? Unlike all the rare names we encounter today, Apple, parents in the 1960s chose tame but classy monikers for their babies. Traditional names seem to be a favorite for boys, so the top 10 male names didn't change too much from the 1950s. However, there are some surprises when it came to the female names. The names were all taken from Social Security card applications between 1960 and 1969. See if yours made the cut. 10. Jeffrey and Cynthia. Derived from German and Dutch, Jeffrey stems from Gottfried, which means God's peace. Outside of North America, Jeffrey is a popular alternative spelling. Cynthia, on the other hand, has its roots in Greek. The feminine name comes from Mount Cynthus, located on Delos Island. It was a byname for goddess Artemis, who was born on the mountain. 9. Thomas and Michelle. Meaning twin in Aramaic, Thomas was the name of one of the apostles mentioned in the Bible. Michelle is the feminine form of Michael, a Hebrew name meaning who is like God. 8. Richard and Donna. A popular name after World War II, Richard means strong ruler in German. As for Donna, it means lady of the home, a title of respect given to women in Italy. 7. William and Linda. The classic name William is derived from Old German and it means strong-willed warrior. Linda, meaning soft or tender, is another name with German roots. Dubbed the trendiest name in U.S. history, Linda also means beautiful in Spanish and Portuguese. 6. Mark and Patricia. Mark is a form of Marcus, a Latin name for the Roman god of war, Mars. The popular masculine name is also mentioned in the Bible. 5. Robert and Kimberly. Robert, Rob or Bob, comes from a Celtic language and it means bright flame. Kimberly originates from Old English and is derived from a place called Kimberley in Norfolk, England. The name's meaning comes from Cynaburg, which means royal fortress, and Lea, which means woodland or clearing. Its first known spelling was China Burlai. 4. James and Karen. Meaning one who follows in Hebrew, James was the top name for boys born in the 1950s, but it dropped down to number 4 in the 1960s. Karen is a Danish form of the name Catherine, which means pure. 3. John and Susan. Great Inspire. Both of these Hebrew-derived names were the fourth most popular monikers in the previous decade, and their popularity didn't falter in the 60s. John, also a biblical name, means Jehovah is gracious and Susan means lily. 2. David and Mary. David means beloved in Hebrew, and was the name of one of the greatest rulers of Israel. Still one of the most popular names for girls, Mary means bitter in Hebrew, but most parents pick the name because of the biblical figure. 1. Michael and Lisa. Michael is the name of the only archangel mentioned in the Bible. In Hebrew, the name means who is like God, or gift from God. Unlike Michael, Lisa didn't make the top 10 in the previous decade, but it took the #1 spot in the 1960s. It is a short form of Elizabeth. Derived from ancient Greek, it means my God is an oath or my God is abundance. Did your name make the list? Let us know in the comments. Cops say killer clown's identity is finally unmasked after infamous love triangle murder of 1990. One morning in May 1990, a car pulled up the driveway of 40-year-old Marlene Warren's home in Wellington, Florida. A person dressed as a clown exited the car and knocked on Marlene's door, donning a bright orange wig, red nose, and face paint. The mysterious clown handed Marlene a bouquet of flowers and 2 balloons. Then pulled out a gun and shot Marlene in the face before disappearing for the next 27 years. As the murder made national headlines, even law enforcement described the case as one of the strangest and most bizarre they'd ever seen. A local costume shop told police that a woman had bought a clown costume just days before the shooting. Eventually, authorities say that the customer was picked out of a lineup. But the case went cold. There was no probable cause to arrest the woman. It wasn't until 2014 that the investigation reopened, this time turning to advancements in DNA analysis. The case broke, and police say the killer had turned out to be someone Marlene's husband Michael knew very, very well. After 27 years, officers say that the infamous killer clown has finally been identified. They've made an arrest, bringing some sense of closure to Marlene's loved ones. Watch the video below to see how this cold case was solved, and please share this with your friends on Facebook. From the first note, this powerful rendition of Unchained Melody may be your new favorite. Every so often, a song comes along that has the power to transform you. Even if just for a few moments, a particular piece can transport you to a different time and place entirely. Unchained Melody is one such song, and this version is guaranteed to move you. Even if you don't know all the words, it only takes a few seconds to recognize the classic tune. Sung with passion and precision, this version may very well be one of the best. Though it's been around for decades, Unchained Melody was made famous the first time by the Righteous Brothers in 1965. While it received a good deal of popularity back then, it wasn't until 1990 that it became universally known and loved by an even wider audience, this time thanks to the blockbuster movie Ghost. Even now, many people still associate the hypnotic song with the hit movie. What makes this song even more spectacular is the fact that it has been sung by countless artists since its original debut in 1955. Every singer puts their own special spin on the classic, and this version is no exception. When Jonathan Jackson was invited to the Grand Ole Opry to perform Unchained Melody, the audience was in for a real treat. The actor, known for his recurring role in the daytime soap General Hospital, stunned the crowd with his powerful vocals. Amplified in the famous arena, the performance does not disappoint. If fans of the actor didn't know he could sing then, they're in for a big surprise now. In fact, it's hard to believe that singing isn't his full-time job. From the first note, the emotionally charged performance will have you turning up the volume for more. Not only does he hit the notes with ease, but he sings with such intense feeling that it's hard not to get sucked into the show. It's almost as fun watching him sing as it is to listen. Watch as Jonathan Jackson puts on the performance of a lifetime, filling the arena with his spectacular voice. This may very well be your new favorite version of the classic.